Sorry, Chrome. This is now today's video. How people in the FGC are getting soft when there's literally trash talk in every competitive aspect. Pool, darts, apparently women swimming. That someone just told me in chat, right? Tic-tac-toe, dodgeball, bro. Come on, have you seen the movie Dodgeball? Cloud, don't play Stride though. I don't, but when you're part of the FGC, you kind of see everything from most scenes, right? Anyways, so NYC Furby goes to say, New Age FGC in a nutshell, can't talk shit in a competitive environment. Offline doesn't matter. PC high refresh rate all day. This is true. Slowly, I actually made a tweet about this yesterday. I think a little bit after Arturo tweeted this, where I said the FGC is no longer gonna need offline in a few years. Which I could probably talk about real quick or make a video. But basically what I was saying is the FGC is going to pick up the esport formula that first-person shooters and MOBAs do, right? Everything's online except for the finale, which is offline, right? It's just cheaper. It's better for the mid-sized TOs, right? Unless you're Combo Breaker, CEO, or Evo, you probably can't survive today's climate very long, right? In person was always better. Yeah, but the formula they do now is everything's done online. You qualify and then you go to LAN, right? That's like a big thing that they're doing, right? Especially with the state of the world right now. You know, they haven't done LAN in forever, actually. But yeah, online qualifiers. Then you meet up for LAN, you know. Get the Europeans, the Japanese, NA, right? They qualify. And they congregate to an offline area. You know, I wish Apex had a better tick rate, but we're not talking about Apex. Even though 20 ticks sucks balls. Fix your shit, Respawn. Or EA, actually, because EA makes all the decisions, I think. But yeah, so then Art goes to say FGC boomers killing community as well too, even though they built the FGC current infrastructure for the past 25 years up to this point. I don't know where this point comes from. I need more context here. I mean, I understand this. You forgot the part where some FGC boomers are falling into crypto scams. That is true. The kill stage goes to say, I think point 1 isn't true, but since we have access to everyone's thoughts via social media, it feels this way. Point 2 worries me, I won't lie. It doesn't address point 3 because I don't think Sage knows where point 3 is coming from. Why do you need to be actively rude around people to have a competitive atmosphere? My question, this is a pretty boomer take. Is that really how you interpret my pros? There's time and place for trash talking. You should have to random people or new players. I mean, it could have been a little more detailed, right? But well, basically what Art or NYC Furby is saying, that my boy is playing your boy, right? So I'm gonna hype my boy up, and you're gonna hype your boy up, right? So you can talk shit to each other, you know? Just what you do for your boy. And if your boy gets bodied, well damn, your boy got bodied. You gotta hold that. And then you'll be like, damn, my boy got bodied. GG's. Shake my hand. You know? That's all it really is. Right? But the way some people interpret this, yo, Johnny, thank you for the 29, is dude, man, he can't call everyone the F Slayer on a Capcom stream. This person's clearly an idiot. Nowhere was that implied. Like, shit talking could just be, oh, you suck at the game, you're trash with this character, right? That's what it could be. You know, you won't make it out of pools, right? You lose to X, Y, and Z. Chrome, this is the video today, by the way, how people are up in arms. Like, these quote tweets are crazy. Tweet makes no sense. I'll pass on getting stabbed in the street because I decided to throw some jackass 30-year-old drowning in pools. Like, you're not gonna get Is this what people think the FGC is? You're gonna get shanked? I mean, I've seen people get punched. Sure, whatever. The closest I've seen is somebody stabbed the bathroom wall at final round like 6-7 years ago. Like, right? He was mad and he stabbed the bathroom wall, you know? New Age FGC in a nutshell. Can't slay Slayers. Well, I mean, you know, Slayers were never a good thing, so I don't see the problem here, right? Online mattering doesn't mean offline doesn't. Plus, we're in a pandemic. The FGC boomers tweeting shit like this daily, even though very little has actually changed, other than a lot of new faces. Yeah, I don't know the third point. I need more shit from the third point, because I can't think of anything. Why is it every time I see this man, he sounds like he's writing and jerking himself off at the same time? Yeah, a lot of people being mad sensitive right now, and they're kind of proving Arturo's point. He's talking shit about the community, right, and the state we're in, and you people are being sensitive about it and can't deal with his opinion. You're literally proving his point. You literally, a guy walks into a bar and says, "Ow." That's what you just did. That's exactly what these people are doing. Yes, you can. Just read the room and don't be a bigot. Like, why do all these people think trash talking is to take into the extreme? When you're insulting someone's way of life, you're insulting what they are, an entire race and type of people. Like, what kind of shit talking are you doing where you have to project this? That's what I want to know. They saw Noah Brown attacking Smooth Vibe. Dude, that was how many years ago? Like 10? 11? The FGC is completely different from a decade ago, bro. It is so much different from when I entered the scene to now. And then it is way different from a decade before I entered the scene to now. It is way safer to be at an FGC event than it was a decade ago when I was first coming in, and it's even safer than it was 2 decades ago, man. Yeah, no problem, Akuma. You forgot the elephant in the room. Corporate esports. He says that. Observe. Gears of War, Optic Gaming, Esports. Very famous clip. One of my favorite shit talking clips in all of gaming. Observe.
Oh, fine. Oh, here it goes. This is what I want. Sorry, I got it. You cannot. I can't beat you. How many chips do you have? How many championships do you have? How many championships do you have? How many championships do you have? You pussy. What's up? Yo, you winning this? You winning this match? Put 2K on it. Put your break count on it.
Yeah! Bro, that is grade A shit talking. Put your bank account on it. Oh my god. What happened? What happened, bros? Someone tell me what happened to my FGC, dude. This is just like an entire compilation, man. But at the end of the day, it's just about the game. Yes, I'm recording a video. At the end of the day, it's just about the game, right? They're talking shit to each other, call each other pussy, or whatever. That was a little, you know, whatever. You know, standard shit talking word, right? It's about the game. Where, you know, they didn't say anything bigot, anything racial, right? I don't know where these people are assuming those things. And then the corporate esports, right? Like, my man's on Optic Gaming. I don't know if he's still on Optic Gaming. This was a few years ago. But like, come on. Even corporate esports loves drama, dude. Even corporate esports loves drama. The issue with trash talk is most people are never near as funny as they think they are. Do it complete strangers and immediately make it way too personal. Fair point. It's weird how the younger generation cries about boomers and how the scene is, yet have not built a thing or helped build anything, just always have their hands, blah blah blah. Old man yells at cloud. Oh, me? We can't talk shit. It's just a matter of back then people were throwing out homophobic slaves. Yeah, this is true. A decade ago, man. I'm not gonna give any names, dude, but a decade ago, bro, this shit was flying left and right. I got caught a couple of things. Some players you probably know nowadays, but they've grown up since then. Things have changed. They don't say that anymore. But the amount of things I got called a decade ago, I could probably make a mural out of, dude. It's very impressive, the things I was called. But yeah, people don't say that anymore. At least in person, right? Who says offline don't matter? I'm saying offline soon not gonna matter. In fact, let me pull up my tweet chat. I might as well talk about this too. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about this. Tell me what you think of my opinion. I went to say, you know, let me just stroke myself real quick. I went to say, you know what's crazy? We're slowly witnessing the death of offline events. A few years, everything is going to be invitationals, online qualifiers. There's less and less reasons for people to travel to offline events when they're given the same opportunities in the comfort of their own home. What do you think, chat? What do you think? It was, you know what's funny about this? I was in Discord with Reno talking about this, and I tweeted it out while we were talking, and he fucking, he responded frame 1. But like, I've had some people say like, yeah, I had to explain, which is understandable, why I think this is going to happen. Well, let me break it down for you, right? In another tweet that Rick, you know, the guy who runs Cobble Breaker and the new general manager for Evil, right? He went to say that he was looking for a mid-sized to mid-large venue, right? And that shit was $37,000. In fact, this is insane. I was just quoted 37 grand to have tables and chairs set up at a, oh, he did say mid-sized convention center. That does not include dockmaster fees or other surcharges. This is not the highest quote I've seen this week either. Son, what TO besides Rick, Combo Breaker, Jabali CEO, and then Evil could afford this? Nowadays, right? He says here a mid-sized convention center, right? Like, if you're trying to run bigger and bigger events, when one, and this is probably the biggest problems that conventions and venues face, right? People sharing passes, where like 2-3 people buy a pass and they share it amongst like 10 different people, right? So that's 10 spectator fees that you can't pay for, or that didn't get paid for, right? So that's like what, $500 right there, because a spectator fee could be like 50, maybe $40, something like that. So multiply that by, you know, whatever, right? That's always been a huge problem. It's always been a way that these conventions and events just reach a negative, right? Is this about a spectator fee for bums be they? What? No. Well, I mean, I guess you can say, well, I mean, I think at bums they wouldn't share passes. I think everyone would just pay and support bum, right? Hopefully. But this is a way TOs hit a loss, is that you have people cycling through spectator passes, right? And like you said, this is for a mid-sized convention center. This is without docking fees and surcharges like internet, for example. You said that for a bit. So how does Texas Showdown keep coming? How is Texas Showdown gonna keep coming back, right? When things just get more and more expensive. And yeah, sure, this 1 year, events are gonna pop off. This 1 year, because it's been so long since people have been to tournaments, right? That's why everyone's trying to go to everything that they can. But next year, if it's back to, you know, as close as normal as we can get, you're not gonna have all these people to go to all these events, because they're like, oh, you know, everything's returning back to normal. I don't feel pressure that I have to go to a singular event in case anything goes south again, right? That's if, right? But if things do go south, it's even worse for these TOs to have events and less people are gonna go to them. And another thing is sponsors, man. Sure, sponsors will give you money, you know, like Razer, right? Or Astro, whatever, right? But it's an FGC event, you know, when you have like ALGS, right? Or whatever the hell it's called in the league, you know, whatever their league is called, pun not intended, right? Like, who do you think's getting more money? Apex, ALGS, League of Legends is League, right? From these sponsors, or the FGC? LCS, thank you. How vast do you think that sponsorship paycheck is from these different events? How big of a paycheck do you think that is? There's probably numbers somewhere online, but I can't imagine a sponsor giving more than 4 digits to the FGC unless you're like Evil, Combo Breaker, CEO, right? Like the Holy Trinity, you know? FGC sponsors will disappear. No, hold on. hold on. Got gaining my point. LOL has all of Korea and China sponsoring it. Boom. Dude, Japan. I think Apex Legends is the only competitive shooter that Japan competes in, right? And they actually like. I can't think of another first-person shooter that's actually drawn the Japanese audience. So they also have support and sponsorships from Japan, besides NA and EU, right? And what does FGC get? Oh, maybe a nice check, depending on how big your event is, right? Or how you sell it. You know, some free stuff like headsets to give away, you know? Overwatch was the closest. Yeah, now Apex is going hella hard in Japan. So yeah, man, it's getting harder and harder for everything but the top 3 to stay afloat because everything's just getting more and more expensive. So this is another reason why I think events are gonna go offline, right? It cut costs extremely well, right? The biggest downside to this though is you don't get to be offline with your boys, right? That's the biggest downside, you know. You don't get to go out there, cheer them on, drink, all that, blah blah blah, right? That sucks. However, on the other hand, if things go more the FPS, right, freaking MOBA formula, where you have finales and stuff like that, where they rent out like an arena or a venue or something, right? And we have a few of those a year. There's your opportunity. So it's not like the moment will be completely lost. It'll be a little different, but it'll be there. But with the fact that more and more games are coming out with rollback, right? More and more games are going to become PC orientated. Like Project L, you know for damn sure Project L is going to be PC heavy, right? Multiverse, probably going to be PC heavy, and that game might pop off. So that's 2 games. One, the big elephant in the room, right? That's going to change the game. Or not, but hopefully it does. The one big elephant that changes the game will change the pace of everybody else. Project L, PC, never. Right? It's going to set a new standard. I mean, I say might because then people will be like, you said Multiverse get pop off. But yeah, so if Multiverse focuses on PC, which it probably will, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure what they'll focus, but Project L for sure will be the game changer and focus on PC because, you know, right? League of Legends, whatever, blah, 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 right? You have all this stuff going to PC, you know? Rollback coming, right? People being able to do what they could do at offline events in the comfort of their own. For example, all these Guilty Gear players that are now sponsored that nobody has ever heard of, right? Or like that wouldn't have had the same opportunity because they couldn't have gone to all these events. Now got sponsors, can now, you know, whatever offline events there are, they can now go to them, right? And they got all this through online events, okay? All through online events. That's crazy to think of. A decade ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, you gotta, 3 years actually, because of the pandemic, 3 years ago and further back, you had to do everything offline if you want to get your name out there, right? In hopes of getting a sponsorship. But now the game is changing. Everything's becoming online. You may not like it, you may not accept it, but give it a few years. More games with rollback, less of a reason to go to offline events, more of a reason to stay home, play these events, qualify for them, the comfort of your own home, and then just go off to the offline invitational finale. DBFZ, is it going to get rollback because they don't want to change the font for the delay text at the bottom? Speaking of DBFZ, they already did something similar to it, right? They grabbed each region, they had them meet offline, right? The top players, whatever. They had qualifiers, right? Blah, blah, blah. People won those qualifiers. They went to the event. The top 4 was taken from each region. And then it was top 4, right? Yeah, top 4 from each region, and then 1 person from other specific regions, right? We're all supposed to meet up for an offline finale. Got postponed. Still haven't heard anything about it. But point being is DBFZ already did something like that, right? Arc Revel, right? Online qualifiers. They're taking people. It's already happening. It's already happening, guys. It's probably gonna stay happening whether you like it or not. If they added rollback to the VRC, game would still be cringe. Yeah, it definitely needs a balance patch. But anyways, just want to share my thoughts on that. What do you guys think? Because every new game with the rollback, every year, the cost of travel going up, everything like that. It's just less and less reason to go to an offline event. The real only big reason is support your locals if you have some, right? But locals are especially dying. Holy shit. Locals are suffering hard, right? 2, hang out with your friends, right? That would be missed. Except for the finales if they have like rented out venues or arenas or something. It will allow people to join events. They could join in the sanctity of their own home. Locals are getting replaced with online tournaments in the future, in my opinion. It's already happening, right? Like, okay, Next Level went offline. Arturo tweeted this too, right? NYC Furby. Next Level went offline, and far less people went than they expected, you know? And I'll pull up the tweet. Next Level Battle Circuit offline hasn't been doing too well. KOF 15 is the only one community consistently have a tourney at the store. Stream numbers have been good. Match arena pots have been high for an 8 to 12 man tourney, but the store has been empty. What happened, guys? People got used to being in the comfort of their own home. We're recovering from a pandemic. Take your pick. Reading the tweet made you a little sad. Yeah, but this is the future, man. Think about it. People don't meet up for LAN anymore for things like first-person shooters, right? You can just do it all online now. There's just less and less reasons to go out into the wild. And you either adapt or you get left behind. It's up to you. You may not like it. You may hate it, but it's the reality of the situation, man. There'll be a short resurgence, right? For some places, they'll be like, "Oh, I can go to a local now. Let me go to my local." Blah blah blah. But in the next few years, when more games come out with rollback, they'll be like, "Why would I drive 2 hours every week to play in this game that has rollback that I could play in the comfort of my own home?" That's how I would think. Elon must see Frio. Thanks for the follow. That's how I would think. Sure, it's nice to hang out with people, but driving 2 hours every week to a local is just not worth it. And for those of you that have to pay that gas price, fuck no. What's wrong with you? And the last thing I want to talk about is registration prices for major tournaments. Why is it still $10? Why? You're telling me you could put, especially now, you can spend $500, $600, $700 on a flight, $300, $400 for a hotel room or Airbnb, and all this other shit, but you can't pay $10 more to enter a game that increases the pop bonus, that increases the payout? Like, what? Oh no, man, that's too rich for my blood. You're spending $700 to fly to an event. What do you mean that's too rich for your blood? You're killing me, man. It's the last thing I wanted to say. $10 is outdated for registration fee, right, per game. Outdated. That number's got to at least be $20 by now, right? Because another thing you have to consider is, and this is just a sad reality of it, and I've talked to a lot of players, right? And even without talking to them, the proof is in the pudding. More money, more top players. More top players, more views. More views, more money. More money, more players. More players, more money. You see where I'm going with this? It's a vicious cycle. And you know I'm not wrong. Anyways, that's just crazy chat. But now, we gotta play some Dragon Ball because I haven't played Dragon Ball in a while.